I've seen a trend with our guys that that we're showing heart, and they're coming out there and they're giving their best effort. But at the end of the day, we've got to figure out a way to string two halves together. We got to figure out a way to make sure that our guys play with a sense of urgency, a sense of focus, and a sense of engagement for 40 minutes. And we have not been able to do that. And when the time comes, and it will, we're going to string two halves together, and we're going to come out with a win, and we're going to build on that momentum, and we're going to move forward. But that time has not come yet, and we got to continue to keep fighting through that that energy that has been our bugaboo in the second half, and keep battling forward.
All right. Obviously, fewest points allowed all season. What do you feel like? Is this something you've seen yet, or what do you feel like it's going to take to kind of get the offense and defense kind of going at the same time?
Well, it's the challenge right now is that we're playing five guys 30+ minutes, and we're trying to figure out ways to give the players spells that we need to play the last four minutes of the game. We're trying to figure out ways that our starters continue to play 30 to 35 minutes a game, and even sometimes, such as last game, we had four guys that were in 35 to 40 minutes range. So I think it's a combination of fatigue in the second half, and I think that's one of the reasons why we aren't able to put that second half together. And when teams continue to keep throwing bodies at us, we can withstand that for a good 25-30 minutes, and then around that 30-minute mark, the legs start coming into play, and we're just going to have to figure out ways to get that job done.
All right, and spoke to the fatigue aspect of it, but was there anything you saw defensively from Pembroke differently in the second half there?
No, I mean they switched some things up, and they put an extra body on to Keith Belfield. I mean, Keith had 16 points in the first half. He showcased that there's a reason why he's a go-to player for us. But in the second half, they made an adjustment to say that Keith Belfield is not going to beat us. We're going to make the entire team beat us. They did a good job of going at Aubrey Butler. It was an obvious game plan of theirs that they were going to pound it in the post and to attack Aubrey and try to foul him out of the game. And they did a good job of it. After you saw at the end, they ended up putting the fifth foul on the board for Aubrey Butler, and that hurt, but we got to figure out a way to fight through that.
All right. When Aubrey went out with about 5 minutes left, where would you say that hurt you guys the most?
Well, Aubrey has done a good job of being our centerpiece with the ball. We've played through him the last 5 or 6 games. He's a good passer. He struggled a little bit tonight to finish at the rim. That's a little bit of an outlier for him. He hasn't struggled to finish at the rim in quite some time. But when you try to force Aubrey to play out of position, and you force him off the ball, then that's what hurts us in the middle of the court. We don't have that go-to player that can distribute and get other guys involved like Aubrey has done. And so when he went out with 5 minutes left, that centerpiece that we typically count on at the end of the game wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.